Hey, I wanted to do a video on a couple things, and I also didn't want to leave the impression from the last one that I'm sad in any way or depressed. I'm not. I'm very happy. But we're human, and we have emotions, and they crop up, and I think it's important to be honest. But I didn't want to leave the impression that I'm sad. I'm not. I'm very positive. I do have a temper, and I can be a little straightforward and have a sarcastic, dry sense of humor, but I am not a negative person, and I didn't want to leave that impression at all. I'm not negative or sad. So here's what I want to talk about, the big thing. You can tell fall is coming. It's a beautiful day today, but you can tell fall is coming. And I was thinking about last fall and winter and the holiday season. I did not gain weight, obviously, because I've been losing throughout this past year, but I didn't lose. And I was thinking about what I was doing that I need to change to set myself up for success this holiday season and this cold winter season. During the holiday season last year, I was, having some cookies here and there. I was drinking alcohol. I was still exercising like crazy, but it was not enough to help me lose. Which that's the biggest point I want to make to you. Working out like a demon is not enough to overcome a bad diet. Period. End of story. I learned that last holiday season. You have to eat well. It's probably more important than how you work out. Maybe they're equal, but I think even the food could be more important because I worked out like crazy all through that holiday season. Didn't change my routine at all. Didn't slack off, and it was not enough to overcome the bad parts of my diet. So I've been thinking about how I'm going to set myself up for success going into the holiday season, and I hope this will be helpful for you and that you'll take some of these ideas, hopefully, if they're helpful to you, and do it with me. So what I have done, let me grab it. I bought myself a brand new digital food scale. My old one broke, and I'd been doing without one for months. Weighing and measuring. I'm going to start weighing and measuring again. I started doing that right when I started because I think it's important when you start, if you don't know how to eat, if you have no conception of what a portion is, and let's face it, we don't in this country, you need to start to know and put in your brain what a normal portion is and what it looks like and feels like. And so I started that, and I was very consistent about it at the beginning. Slacked off then once I got used to it. Not slacked off, I just don't think I needed to do it. I got the hang of it, but I think we also need to tune ourselves up every now and again and check in and make sure that we're still on track, and that, what we think is a half a cup really isn't sneaking up to be 3/4 of a cup or a cup. So I'm going to start, I've committed starting today to weigh and measure my food again, just to make sure I am staying on track with a good perception of what a sane portion size is. I am also going to religiously get back to tracking my food. Again, I did that religiously at the beginning, which was great. Another way to be successful when you're first starting, you have to know what's going in your mouth. You have no idea until you start tracking it. And then, as I got more into the process and got more comfortable with it, I do it haphazardly now. Maybe now I'll do it twice a week. So I have also committed starting today to track every bite of food that goes in my mouth. And I do that very easily. It's an app called Lose It. It's free. It's on my phone, so it's always with me. Commando Kim, I think, told me about it the very first day I met her when I joined the gym. She told me to get the hell off of Weight Watchers. Well, she didn't say the hell off of. I say that. She told me to stop tracking myself through Weight Watchers and just get the Lose It app, which is free. And it was the best decision I made. And Weight Watchers will leave for another time. Maybe Commando Kim will want to make a video with me about it sometime. But I eat more now than I ever did on Weight Watchers. But we'll leave it there for now. That'll be another video. So that's how I track my food. It's free. It's on your phone. You always have your phone with you. So it's an easy way to track. So let's talk about calories in, calories out. I think essentially it's true. Calories in, calories out. What you take in, you have to burn more than what you take in, blah, blah, blah. But I also think there are other things that come into it, like hormones, exercise, blah, blah, blah. But basically calories in, calories out. So I've been thinking about calories. I kind of hovered in around the cusp of 200 for a long time, and it took me a long time to break that barrier of getting under 200 pounds. Once I broke that, like, I got into the 190s and left the 190s pretty quickly for my standards and the way that my body seems to do things. I didn't spend a lot of time in the 190s. So now I'm firmly in the 180s. I'm 185. And I want out of the 180s. I only have 30 more pounds to go, which really isn't a lot. It's not that much considering how much I've already lost. So I want out of the 180s. I don't want to hover there. So I'm thinking about calories. I have done a lot of reading, and I have my Lose It app, and I have all the numbers here. I have it set right now at 1593 based on some calculations that I had researched and seen about metabolic rate, blah, 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 activity level. And so I've had my calories set at 1593, which, I mean, you know, it's not starving, but it's kind of on the low side. I've never stuck to the 1593. I always eat more than that. When I do track, I always go over that. So, and I kind of set it, I think, at 1593, knowing that I was probably going to eat more than that, and that gave me some mental wiggle room, that even if I went over, I was still okay. So I was looking at this new calculation that I found, and it was from that Lean Bodies Consulting. I follow them on Facebook as well, and I really like what they're doing. They do a lot of fitness competitors, bodybuilders, but these people don't starve. It's not that old model that you're used to. These people eat. So they had their calorie calculations, and Coach Mark said you should multiply your body weight times 15, and that's the amount of calories to maintain that body weight. So for me, that would be 2775. That would just be maintenance. I'm not losing, I'm not gaining. Now, bear in mind, I'm working out and burning calories, but let's just talk about the numbers. So then he said, if you want to lose, you should multiply your body weight. You should bring that down to either times 10 or times 12. So if I did that times 12, it's 2220, so 2,220 calories. I still think that's a lot for me. Like, that just sounds like a lot for me, even though I work out a lot. My body could probably handle it. I don't know. Just sounds like a lot. So if I went down to multiply my body weight times 10, obviously that's 1850. And when I think about it, that's probably what I'm eating every day now. Not every day, but more or less, I'm probably hovering around that 1800 calorie mark every day anyway. So I am going to try and shoot for that 1850 mark. So that's where I am with that. I think I'm going to work with my Lose It app, because you can like kind of work how you're going to set your calories in that. So I think I'm going to try and go closer to that 1850 mark and just kind of see what that does for my fat loss. Because if you eat too little, you're not going to lose. I mean, that's a given. And I work out pretty hard, very hard. So I need to eat, and I need to fuel myself. I cannot starve, given the way that I work out. Nobody should starve anyway. It doesn't help you in the long run. It doesn't help you. So that's where I think I am with that. That is my game plan for fall and the holiday season. I still want to enjoy myself. I still want to have a cookie here and there, but not like last year. So I'm just sort of getting the tools ready now to make myself successful. You have to prepare, you have to prepare, you have to prepare. And part of that is like my grocery shopping, cooking well ahead. My schedule varies. I'm not always off on a Sunday to make, a whole week's worth of meal on a Sunday, but who says it has to be a week's worth of meals made on a Sunday? I can make it on a Wednesday from Wednesday to Wednesday. So I can do that, and I don't do enough of that. So I'm going to start with the containers and the Ziplocs and just buying my food, preparing it ahead in bulk, and setting myself up for success. Because there's some nights I don't get out of the gym and get home until 7:30, and I know I want to come in and have food ready for me. I don't want to have to cook and then eat at 8:30, quarter to 9. I want my food ready when I come out of the gym. So that is what I'm doing. I hope if you are looking ahead, you should be looking ahead to the holiday season, and that you will join me on some of these things. Okay, that's it.